Good evening and welcome to NewsBreak Live. I'm Hiba Sama. Thanks for joining us. A local company took steps today to better equip the city when an emergency strikes. IntelliSense Systems Inc. installed 6 flood sensors in the city in areas that are known to have habitual overflows. One of the locations is the Intradero Storm Basin. The business worked with the city's Office of Emergency Services to evaluate its flood detection system and advanced weather products. It also coordinated with the city's GIS unit and Public Works Department. The flash flood detection system is part of a nationwide multi-state test and evaluation project sponsored by the Department of Homeland Security as part of its Smart Cities initiative.
When we do get rain, it can quickly inundate streets and cause traffic problems, cause damage, things like that. So what we want to do is have real-time sensors providing data and do some studies about that.
The city also requested for an ISI micro-weather sensor to evaluate real-time weather conditions such as wind, speed, temperature, visibility, rainfall, and humidity. The systems will allow the city to better prepare the citizens for weather-driven events. Thanks to a local company, the City of Torrance is looking festive for the holidays. Christmas Brothers spent the day yesterday hanging more than 86 illuminated garlands in downtown Torrance. Originally, they had plans to hang wreaths, but the city decided to go big. Christmas Brothers also specializes in decorating the interior and exterior of homes just in time for the holiday. They are a professional lighting company specializing in custom designs and installations.
This project is near and dear to my heart. I was born in a little company at Mary Hospital. So this is something I've always dreamed of, decorating the city of Torrance. So it's a very special project to me, and we're going to do our best to make everybody happy.
Another project they worked on was lighting up more than 80 trees on Artesia Boulevard with LED Christmas lights. Thanksgiving this year has a different meaning for one man who is just grateful to be alive thanks to a local hospital.
If you had come to this hospital with a complex stroke 2 years ago, unfortunately, we would have put you in an ambulance and sent you on the 405 up to UCLA. And with strokes, every second we lose brain cells.
But the story is different now. Provincial company of Mary Medical Center is saving lives through its top stroke center. Mike Patterson, a retired county lifeguard, was just reunited yesterday with the first responders and medical team that acted quickly to save his life just 2 months ago when he suffered a major stroke while swimming at the Torrance Plunge. He was taken to Providence where doctors found him paralyzed. He was blind in one eye and unable to speak. But within 42 minutes from arrival, Patterson was taken into surgery where a clot was removed from his brain and his paralysis started to disappear. Patterson returned to the hospital to say thank you.
Oh, you never know. If there's a takeaway, it's that you should enjoy each day. If you have something you want to get done or something you want to say to your loved ones, go ahead and do it because you never know what's going to happen. And I was just super fortunate to stand before you as the poster boy of somebody that had the best neurological treatment available anywhere in the world.
It honestly feels great that he's alive more than a thank you. I just hope that he's just doing well, and it looks like he is.
So our crews were on scene in record time. Our fire captain, who you'll meet soon, has pre-planned the plunge and swims there often, so he knew the best place to park and the best access to get in to help him out. Also, for the citizens of Torrance, it's very fortunate that not only do we have good friends that are willing to get involved, good lifeguards, and a top-notch fire department, but we have a comprehensive stroke center within a mile of where the event occurred.
The Providence Stroke Center can mobilize immediately when receiving a patient who may have suffered from a stroke. The team goes into action and within 45 minutes of accepting a patient can determine the type and cause. The program also has services to patients post-stroke diagnosis, giving them hope to gain back their independence. Providence has earned the gold seal of approval from the Joint Commission as an accredited advanced primary stroke center. There are only 170 of these types of centers out there out of more than 6,000 hospitals in the country.
Required to treat all types of stroke, simple and complex. So that means that we have a crack team of neurosurgeons, neurointerventionalists, vascular stroke neurologists, neurocritical care doctors, and all that we have cutting edge research.
Mike Patterson has saved countless lives in his years as a beach lifeguard. For more information on the Stroke Center, go to california.providence.org. And with the holiday season here, you can help the City of Torrance Transit Department with a special campaign. There are 11 locations across the city where you can drop off unwrapped gifts, toys, and other charitable donations for the Stuff a Bus campaign. All the gifts are donated to the Torrance Fire and Police Community Programs, Pediatric Therapy Network, Torrance Family Crisis Center, and Torrance Regional Department of Children and Family Services. Monetary donations will be provided to the El Camino College Warrior Food Pantry program. There are donation bins that can be found at the locations you see on the screen. The deadline to donate is Thursday, November 29th. You can also come out to the main event on December 1st from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. where you can donate on site. Now, don't forget to tune in next Tuesday where we will have someone from the Transit Department that will talk about the exciting event. Customers at the Torrance Certified Farmers Market today got some helpful cooking tips. The program's director of Palos Verdes School Gardens, Robin Quintana, cooked up a feast for patrons at the Torrance Certified Farmers Market. The cooking demonstration was to share with shoppers what they can make with ingredients from the market for Thanksgiving. She made an autumn kale salad, skillet roasted chicken with farm tomatoes, thyme, rosemary, and colored carrots. She also made an apple crumble with pecans.
We're trying to really highlight all the fresh ingredients that are available in cities. Instead of people going to the grocery store and buying canned versions of things, it's just so much easier to show them this is what you can do super easily. It's a lot fresher, it's a lot healthier, and it's cheaper for your family.
Quintana shared the benefits of shopping at the market, which allows customers to know how long it's been there and where it comes from. The Palos Verdes School Gardens teaches people how to use local and fresh ingredients. Demonstrations are now a popular feature of the market thanks to the new layout. The market was also bustling with shoppers today as people geared up for their big family feast. Customers who usually come to the market on Saturdays say they stopped by early this week just in time for Thanksgiving shopping. The Torrance Certified Farmers Market offers a seasonal variety of top quality produce brought in each week directly from 60 California farms. One customer says he came out for the mixed greens, persimmons, nuts, and pomegranates.
I love coming to the farmers market. I normally come on Saturdays. I'm here on Tuesday because Thanksgiving's in 2 days and I wanted my produce to be that much fresher, so I'm actually cooking for one of the cooks in our family gathering, of course, this Thursday. It's just my brothers and I and my bachelor dad.
We are going to prepare something organic, and this is the only place that we come to get really good quality organic food, fruits and vegetables. So whenever we put together especially our Thanksgiving meal, our Christmas meal, and our daily meals, we always come to this farmers market.
The farmers market is open Tuesdays and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Wilson Park. If you're getting on the road for Thanksgiving, make sure to plan ahead. For the 10th year, AAA is reporting the number of people traveling continues to increase. Travel trends show the best days are Thanksgiving Day, Friday, or Saturday. The worst times to be on the road will be tomorrow between 2:30 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. More than 4 million people in Southern California will be driving this year for the holiday, which is up more than 5% from last year. But there is some good news. If you're filling up at the pump, it will be cheaper for you as gas prices have gone down 26 straight days, dropping nearly 20 cents a gallon in the Southland. For those traveling by air this week, the Los Angeles International Airport is expected to be the nation's second busiest airport in the country, right after Atlanta. Make sure to head to the airport early. And here's a forecast for today. There was a high of 70 degrees with an expected low of 56. Then tomorrow will be a high of 69 with a low of 59. And on Thanksgiving, you can expect it to be partly cloudy with a high of 66 degrees. An art gallery at El Camino College is showcasing work by their own staff. The college's annual faculty art exhibit just opened yesterday. It showcases work by the El Camino College Art Department and Photography Department faculty. It represents multiple techniques within the areas of photography, painting, drawing, print, sculpture, and digital media, to name a few. There is also a large painting area from watercolor illustrations to oil on canvas. Each year, faculty members in the art and photography departments are invited to exhibit artwork in a non-curated space that seeks to showcase the creative aspect of El Camino College faculty. The gallery is open right now through December 12th. If you're looking to get ahead on holiday shopping, don't forget to stop by at your local stores. Torrance Small Business Week kicks off this Saturday, and that means local businesses will be offering special deals too hard to pass up. The discounts apply from November 24th through December 1st. The Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce says Small Business Week is more than just shopping at local stores, but it's about celebrating and sharing the small businesses that are part of our lives. Few businesses on the list that are participating this year include Absolution Brewing Company offering 10% off, Aura Seating, Bettalino Kitchen, Fox Drug of Torrance, Paul's Photo, and the Yoga Harbor are few. To get the full list of businesses participating, go to torrancechamber.com. And speaking of businesses, other local ones are also offering discounts just in time for Black Friday. Habitat for Humanity Greater Los Angeles Restore is offering a 20% off discount its entire store through this weekend. One is located here in Torrance. Restores are nonprofit home improvement thrift stores and donation centers that sell new and gently used furniture, appliances, home accessories, building materials, and much more. All proceeds from the store go towards furthering Habitat Los Angeles' mission to build homes, communities, and hope. The Torrance location is on Crenshaw Boulevard near the 405 freeway. Now, if you're looking to get glammed up for this weekend, there's one place offering a great deal. Blow Blow Dry Bar Torrance is giving 50% off a blowout only this Friday in honor of Black Friday, but it's being called Pink Friday. You can make your appointment or walk in for a blowout. The business is located in Plaza Mayor, right off of PCH. They have more than 7 signature styles that you can choose from. And make sure to follow the Taste of Torrance Facebook page, where we will share when the next episode will be released featuring Blow Blow Dry Bar. Now, here are some recalls to look out for before you go shopping for Thanksgiving dinner. There have been 63 additional cases of salmonella linked to raw beef products. They were sold nationwide under brand names Walmart, Cedar River Farms Natural Beef, Showcase, Walmart, and JBS Generic. Jenny O Turkey Store Sales LLC recalled more than 91,000 pounds of raw ground turkey products after the USDA found that a sample of them were tested positive for salmonella. Swift Beef Company is also recalling nearly 100,000 pounds of raw, non-intact ground beef products that may be contaminated with E. coli. United States health officials are also telling people to avoid eating romaine lettuce because of an E. coli outbreak that continues. It has sickened 32 people in 11 states. And here's an event that's happening right now. You still have time this evening to kick off the holidays with the City of Torrance. The Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce, the Downtown Torrance Association, and the Express Employment Professionals are having a free family event happening right now in downtown Torrance and El Prado Park. You'll be able to meet in person the award-winning Express Clydesdales through 6:30 p.m. You can even take a picture with them. There'll be a pie eating contest, games, booths, and much more. You can also sip, shop, and play in downtown. Multiple local businesses are collecting goods for the needy, including Fox Drug's annual holiday toy drive. Well, in just 2 minutes, Amy Heilman, the Director of Foster Care and Adoption from the Children's Bureau, is going to join me to talk about Adoption Month and how you can help. We'll be back in just a few.
Queen is just my everything. Right now, I wouldn't know where my life would be without her.
They say chivalry's dead. It's not. Terrence is a gentleman. He opens doors. His smile did it. His smile, his eyes, his knowledge. My landlord, he decided that he wanted me to move based on the fact that I was transgender. takes me to a place of no hope. It takes me to a place of loneliness. It saddens me. When you discriminate against somebody in housing, where do these people go? Let's just respect people in everyday life for just being human.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to the second half of NewsBreak Live, and joining me is Amy Heilman, who is the Director of Foster Care and Adoption for the Children's Bureau. Thank you so much for joining me this evening.
Thank you for having me.
November is a very important month for your organization. It marks National Adoption Month. Tell me what this month means for the Children's Bureau.
So National Adoption Month is really a great opportunity for organizations like ourselves to really celebrate all of our families that have opened up their homes and their hearts to a child in need through the foster care system, and adopt them, providing them a permanent family legally. It also allows us to highlight the need for other families to step forward. We have over 100,000 children in the United States that, in the foster care system, that are needing adoptive families that can provide that legal permanence to them.
And speaking of numbers, in Los Angeles County, you were telling me there's 21,000 from babies to 21-year-old young adults who need homes.
Yes, so in the foster care system, there's about 500,000 children in the United States in foster care. In Los Angeles County, there's about 21,000. It's the third largest population of foster youth, and these are children and teens. They go from the hospital at birth all the way up to 21. In California, we're really lucky in that children can remain in foster care until 21 if they do choose to do so, instead of aging out at 18, giving them 3 more years to really kind of get their footing. So in LA, our priority in California is to really try to help children get back to their birth parents if they're at all able to do that. When that isn't available and they have to come into care, then we really try to look at their birth family, so grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and sometimes that's just not able to happen. And so those youth then come into foster care, and they're looking for community members to step forward to take care of these kids until we're able to really help the birth family get them back. Unfortunately, sometimes that doesn't happen, and so those kids will need permanent legal families through adoption. Many of the foster youth, foster parents or resource parents will adopt those kids, but we have about 500 kids in LA County right now, mostly sibling sets and teens, that really need that they're ready for a permanent family.
What is the difference between fostering, adopting? There are a lot of options for parents or individuals who are interested in helping these children out.
Yeah, so in foster care, our main goal is it's temporary care, and so it's really to help those birth parents work on the issues that brought the kids into care. Probably, if you had the number one reason that kids come into care is substance abuse. And so sometimes when those birth parents are able to work on getting sober, those kids need to be in safe homes and safe families. So we work with those kids and families, and so that's kind of fostering. It's temporary care in a moment in time, and sometimes that can be a few days, and sometimes that can be a couple of years. We try to move kids out of the foster care system seamlessly and try to get them out within a year and a half. We know that congregate care and staying in this flux state isn't really good for kids. So when they can't go back home, then we really start looking at other permanent options, and that can be adoption, it could be guardianship. Those are the two main legal options. There are other ways to build your family by adoption. There's international adoption, and there's also domestic adoption. So domestic adoption is when you work with an attorney and a birth parent decides to make an adoption plan for their child. And so adopting families will get their home study completed. It's an assessment of their family, and we actually do provide that service to families if they'd like to do that. And then they work with the attorney, and the child joins them that way.
So speaking of services, what is the Children's Bureau? What is the mission of your organization?
So Children's Bureau was founded in 1904. We're one of the oldest nonprofit organizations in Los Angeles County. We are here to protect vulnerable children through prevention, treatment, and advocacy. We really try to work on strengthening families and their communities. And building peer capacity, as well as looking at national models to really bring community together. We have three main kinds of services that we provide, and that's counseling services through our mental health program. We have prevention services, as well as our foster care and adoption. We serve about 40,000 children and families every year through that programming, and that's throughout Los Angeles County and Orange County.
And we're going to share more information about the Children's Bureau and how people can contact you later on the show. But talk to me about 21,000 children and young adults in Los Angeles County in the foster care system. Are these numbers alarming to you guys? Has it increased over the years? How is it here in the South Bay region?
Right. So we've had periods of flux in foster care. The numbers are actually have been dropping for several years. However, we have now seen an increase in those numbers again, as we're really looking at protecting very young, vulnerable children. There's been some unfortunate happenings within our community, and really having us look at safety. So it is very alarming that we have so many kids in out-of-home care, and we work really hard as a community in social work to address the issues that bring kids into care. And at the same time, we want to recruit families that can be part of that resource to families and children.
And for anyone who's watching who may be interested, this might give you the little push. There was a statement by the Children's Bureau that released that you guys turn away at least 50 calls a day. So talk to me about that.
Yeah, so when concerned citizens see abuse or neglect, or they're mandated reporters, we contact the county. And the county is charged with going out and really determining whether or not a child can remain safely with their birth family or their legal parent, whoever they're with. When that doesn't happen, then they get separated and they come into foster care. And as I mentioned before, the priority really is to work and try to find grandmas, aunts, uncles, someone that child knows, so that they have some similarity or some familiarity with the people that they're living with. And then when that doesn't happen, then they do call up the foster family agencies, and it's our goal to recruit, train, and approve resource families to take these children and help them in their healing journey. So when the relatives are unable to take the kids, they call us, and we probably get about 30 to 50 phone calls, emails every day from Los Angeles County and our surrounding counties looking for resources, looking for families that are able to take these kids. And again, they're from birth to 21 years old, many of them siblings. And so we're trying to find more and more families that can especially accommodate siblings and teens.
What is the current state of adoption and fostering here in the South Bay community, maybe specifically in the City of Torrance?
Yeah, so in the City of Torrance, we actually have Los Angeles County Department of Children and Family Services located here. They serve all of the South Bay region and respond to those calls of abuse and neglect. We have lots of families that in our organization and other organizations that have stepped forward that are residents of Torrance. I believe we have on our YouTube channel a family, the Brittany and Jeremy Emerson family, who are residents of Torrance, that opened up their family and have adopted one child and is actually in the process of adopting the child's sibling.
Amazing. The Bureau hosts informational meetings every month right here in our neighboring city in Carson.
Yeah.
So for viewers who are watching at home, what can you tell them, even if they have a little bit of interest in fostering or adopting, to come out to these informational meetings?
So one of the really cool things that we do in our information meetings is that we have a resource parent, either a current resource parent or a former resource parent of ours, to really talk about their experience. So as social workers, we can tell you the ins and outs. We can tell you how that life might look like, what it takes to qualify to be a resource parent, who our children are. But really the highlight is our resource parent being able to tell you from their perspective what that experience looks like. It's probably the highlight and what people really talk about the most after coming to our information meetings.
And there's another one happening next month?
Yes, so we host 5 information meetings throughout Los Angeles County, one a month, always in Carson. They're on Saturdays. And we also, the other most local one would be in our headquarters office in downtown, close to the USC and Staples Center. We're also looking at expanding to having information meetings in our Long Beach office.
And people can find all that information on all4kids.org. And we'll have more information about how people can get in contact with you at the end of the show. But I want to talk to you about the fee-for-service domestic independent adoption home study program. What is that?
So as we talked about the different ways that families can build their family through adoption, and one of those ways is through independent or domestic adoption. That's when our birth parents, birth mothers and fathers find themselves in a predicament that they can't parent their child and they want to make a plan for adoption prior to the infant being born. Many of those birth parents will work with attorneys, and families will need to get a home study. It's a family assessment where we look at families' history, how they were raised. We do background checks, and we provide a document. We prepare a document, a quote study or an assessment of that family. It is a fee for service, so families that are interested in wanting to build their family by adoption and need an assessment can also call us, and we can help them in that process.
Amy, are there any other resources available that you'd like to tell people? I know November is ending, but this is an issue that your organization is dealing with every day.
Yeah, so again, there is just such a need for families to step forward to take on and parent these children. Kids really are languishing in care. They are in shelters, and we need to be able to come forward and help our young people. Many of our kids are siblings, so if you have the opportunity to really bring in a sibling set, it's wonderful because they get to stay together. And I think one of the big myths that we want to dispel is that people think that they have to be married or that they have to own their own home. We have all types of families. We have families that are single, that are cohabitating, that are in domestic partnerships, and so all families are welcome. You don't need to own a home. You just need to really have the heart for it.
Well, Amy, thank you so much for your time. And I'm going to share with viewers right now information. If you want to get in touch with the Children's Bureau, you can go ahead and call them at 1-800-730-3933. And I gave you the website earlier, all4kids.org. You can also email Amy's team or even her at rfrecruitment@all4kids.org. Well, Amy, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.
Well, that does it for NewsBreak Live. If you ever have news or video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. Also, if you missed any portion of the show, you can catch it all on Torrance City Cable's YouTube page. City Council is off this week. Happy early Thanksgiving. Have a great night.